Piece of advice? Make yourself comfortable. You're going to be here a while. I think you can imagine what happens next.
Coming up on Crossfire Collectibles, the APC Toys Night Countess. Stick around. What's up, and welcome to Crossfire Collectibles. Today's video, we're going to be unboxing, transforming, and reviewing the APC Toys Night Countess. This is a KO version of the Hasbro Transformers Prime Black Arachnid. We figured we'd pick these up. Kind of good. Although with the tariffs in place, prices are skyrocketing on everything. If you have any type of orders through any of the outside companies, ShowZ, AliExpress, Temu even, you know, anybody that's outside of the US that comes from China or anywhere directly over there, you're looking at paying like a premium. It's like an extra shipping charge that can come up to 130% of the cost of the item. That is absolutely ridiculous. I really hope they get this stuff figured out soon. But we have this. We've had it for a minute now. I ordered this way before them tariffs were even announced. But we're just getting around to it. Got to come up with some stuff to review and get some content out to you. So here is the Night Countess. You can see the box here. Looks really good. You have a picture of Arachnid here. A blood moon in the background. She's coming through a forest. Welcome to Night Countess's Dark Forest. Off to the side, same picture as on the front. Have a dance. Off to the side, Night Countess in black and white. Around to the back, Night Countess Art Gallery. Transforming fighter with 3 modes and full actions. Cool looking picture. Down on the bottom, warning not available for ages 0 to 3. There's some QR codes for you. Onto the top, Night Countess. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and pop her open. But first, please subscribe to the channel. So I really do like the upgrades that APC Toys is doing, or has done, with some of those Hasbro Transformer Prime figures. These are really great. We got the 2 different versions of Angel Engine, which is the Transformers Prime RC, and she is phenomenal. Really, really great figure. I think I got a couple more somewhere stored around here. Anyways, here we have the Black Arachnid figure in her styrofoam dungeon. You have a little instruction sheet here. Open it up. Night Countess basic steps, 18 of them. You can see all the way down from the Arachnid mode all the way down into the alt mode as a helicopter. So pretty neat. We'll go ahead and try both of these. And looking inside, there's the figure. You can see the extra accessories that she comes with. And it looks pretty good. From what I'm seeing in the packaging, this looks amazing. We're going to go ahead and pull her out. That's kind of funny. The leg is up. We're going to lean that back. Whoop, and let it fall. Get a couple of the rest of these pieces out. And we'll look them over. Alright, so here is the Black Arachnid out of the packaging. And there's not much to it. You have 3 basic accessories and the figure. We'll go ahead and look these over. So these will be her spider legs, and we'll take a look at them. All black with some purple accents. Very nice looking. They have that hinge that will allow each of these to go in and out. And then the center one can also go side to side. You have a single bend hinge up here in the front. Allow them to come down, so you have the Arachnid style legs. Then you have another centerpiece here, each of them all with a hinge. And there's nothing else going further down. But these look amazing. You have that peg right here, so you allow that to plug it in, and it can basically walk like a spider, which I'm really looking forward to seeing. I never had the Hasbro version, but getting this, I mean, with the upgrades, you know, it looks good just out of the packaging. We'll wait till we get to the figure. So you actually get 2 of these. Here's the second one, same articulation as the first, and then you get a third right here. So you have 3 other smaller legs. You have that ball joint up here that allows it to go up and down, a little bit side to side. There is a hinge right here that'll just allow some single motion, as well as on each side. Now it's a little tight right there. This almost looks like a magnetic piece right here, so we'll see how that actually attaches once we put it on. And then you have that triangular little pattern around here. So this probably likely plug right into the back there. So you have those extra little points. But moving on, here is Black Arachnid. This figure looks amazing. You know, compared to the Angel engine, the version of RC that they did, that figure was great. They upgraded the head. The parts feel much more stable. They look good. Still kind of kept the original Hasbro feel, but these they just look so much better. I mean, you have that glossy plastic in there, you know, especially with hers with the black. You have those light violet accents. Here's the purple, the violet again in the face, the silver. There's the golds in there. The figure looks really, really good. So let's check out her articulation. There's a close-up of the portrait, and that head, man, that looks great. I think I would have preferred maybe some two-tone eyes, but dude, you can't complain when it comes to APC Toys. They really knock these figures out of the park. I really can't wait to try to do this bulkhead figure. I've been waiting to do him. I had the original first edition, and I kept it in the pack. I never opened it, so I never actually physically had a bulkhead figure I could sit in front of me. And I can't wait to get into the APC Toys one. That one's definitely getting opened. But anyways, apart from that, we're going to focus on Arachnid. Here she is. So, looking around, oh man, this is going to be fun. So the head, right here at the neck, she has a single ball joint that allows the head to move very far up, down, and a little side-to-side rocking, but not too much. And it can rotate a full 360. Over at the shoulders here, another ball joint. The arms can come out about that far, and they can rotate a full 360. Onto the shoulders, you have this shoulder pad here, which is just connected onto that peg that runs through the arm. That can move a little forward and back. Down at the elbows, another ball joint, so the arm can move forward and backward. Underneath that, you have a hinge to allow a separate rotation. It almost acts as a double jointed elbow, so something like that. Very, very cool. There is that forearm guard. It feels like well, I mean, obviously it's screwed in, but it feels a little loose, like it could be moved. I'll probably have to tighten that up. No big deal, not a problem. Down to the hands, you have that kind of flat clenched hand. The thumb is to the hand itself, so she has nothing to grip onto, but it is attached by that peg inside of it. It can do a full 360. It can angle in and out, move a little side to side. So not bad on the arms. We'll look at the left one the same way, hands the same way, so not much difference. Mid-torso, you also have a mix between a hinged ball joint. So at the top, she can rotate side to side. She also has that little range of motion, you know, with that ball peg on the top, side to side, forward and back, and she can rotate left to right. You can see the hinge down in there, right there. That'll allow it a little bit of mobility, more likely for the transformation, so it can angle back some and then back forward. The side skirts, so right here at the top of the hips, they're attached by ball joints. They can come out that far. They can rotate, if we get the arm out the way, a full 360, and they can come up and down. That's basically it. Not too much with them, but still pretty neat. And then of course, down at the legs, right up here at the hip, right below those upper hip skirts, you have a ball joint. So the legs can come out that far. They can go forward that far, back that far. There's a thigh rotation. Down at the knees, you have that single hinge to allow the leg to come up that far. Looking at the knee, there's a lot going on in here. With the transformation, we could probably do a little bit more, but this should pop out right here. If we disconnect it, you can extend that leg down, and that'll also interfere with the transformation, but there's a little bit involved there. It looks pretty good. Down at the ankle, we have that heel that can move up and down with that hinge, and that's basically it. So we got to kind of angle that heel down so she's able to stand properly. Those things depend on it, unless she's in her Arachnid alt mode, to where she's looking like a spider. A little loose at the knees, but that's okay, as expected. And she stands pretty good. Let's get that arm out. Okay, so now that we showed off the figure, we're going to go ahead and get to some transformations. I think the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and transfer her into her alt mode of the helicopter. So she does have two different changing options. You can do the helicopter, or you can put her in the spider mode. So here would be the figure in her normal position. And then we're going to go ahead and transform her into the helicopter. So what we're going to do first is mess with the arms. So you have that double hinge here. We're going to go ahead and bring this up and get that hand up inside the shoulder like that. And then piece that together. Same for the other side. Basically just up and in, and voila, that's pretty much it. Then we want to kind of bring this inner hinge down. So we'll angle it back, almost towards backwards, something like that. Easier way is to open that flat and you spin it right on back like that. Then you see there's a tab on each side and you want to go ahead and get them plugged in. So right here on this side, and then over on this one, you flip that up. All right, then we're gonna come around to the back and you're gonna take these pieces and kind of flatten them out and then just spin that around to the front, just like that. All right, so then once you have something like that, you're gonna go ahead and kind of angle her forward. So you wanna get this inner piece out to right here and get that front piece down. Then you can go ahead and tab in those side pieces on those arms at the lower portion there and there. And then with that hinge right here, we want to go ahead and spin that around and we'll be able to angle that back like this and then bring that forward. We're gonna go ahead and take these legs and we want to connect them. So you see they will tab into each side right on the inside of those feet, here and here. And then we'll go ahead and extend that part down. Then we want to bring these up and right here on this little piece that you pulled out from underneath that back piece, that's going to tab in each side of her inner calves, here and here. Then we can fold these pieces down and lift those little side panels up on each side, here and here, and then get it all nice and tabbed in, and there is the body. So with that, we'll come over to this piece here, and right there on the top, and go ahead and connect that in just like that. Then you want to go ahead and straighten the legs out. So here, here, and here. And we can turn it to the side, bring those down, and tab them in. So you gotta make sure that's turned, and they will tab. They're a little weary on them because they don't feel exactly strong. They feel a little brittle, so a little cautious there, but there you go. Propeller spins. If you wanted to do something crazy, you could, you know, give it some bends or something like that. You can, totally up to you. But yeah, keeping them straight. And there's our Black Arachnid in her alt helicopter mode. Now, we're gonna go ahead and take her back out of this mode and put her in her spider mode. So we basically are just gonna untab everything. So we're gonna bring these pieces out. We don't really need to worry about the legs, and I'll show you why. But we do have to get the head and those arms back out. So we're gonna go ahead and bring these pieces up, come over to the sides, get those up and out of the way. We need to untab the calf piece. So that's really all you got to do for the legs. Just get that back piece back out. It's kind of stuck. There we go. And then keep those legs together. We're going to go ahead and spin this back around, and then we'll bring that body up and spin it back around to the front, and we'll get these pieces out the way. We're going to keep this kind of open here, and then we're going to bring these arms back up. So bring up those hinges and tab them back in. Then you can extend the arm here and get them back out. Do the same for this side. Untab, bring this up, tab in that piece there, and down at the elbow, separate and pull it forward. So you almost have her back in regular bot mode. I'm gonna fold this piece back in, bring it down, and tab it back into the back. All right, so now what we're gonna do is come around to the back, and we're gonna separate the legs. So there's that extra hinge on each side of the inner thighs, and we're gonna bring them in, and then fold this up. So it'll be something like this. And then we're going to bring those little side skirts down that are on the insides of the legs. So on each side, I mean, we could try something like that. And then just kind of put her at an angle. Something like that. And make sure you have these pieces out. And then you want to bring in her legs. So these pieces will attach into here. Like that. And then we'll bring in our second portion. And plug that into that side. And we gotta just kind of straighten the legs up and get her in a kind of decent pose. So that she's stable and has height. And we can always angle that so she tilts a little bit further forward. So something like that. And I think that looks pretty good. It's not bad. I just think it gives a little bit better height. When they're down, the legs tend to just kind of fan out more, and it gives it kind of an unhealthy stance. So right here, she looks good. She's standing around. She doesn't walk on all 6 legs, but we can angle them properly, and she will like eventually stand up to look okay. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and show off the Night Countess with a couple comparisons. First up, here she is with the new Marvel Legends series, ROM Space Knight. With the XP-15 oversized barricade. Here she is with the APC Toys Angel Engine Momo version. And here she is with another APC Toys. This is her with the original version of Angel Engine. 2 true vicious enemies here, and they look phenomenal. If she stood a little bit taller, I think it would look a lot better. I think I'm going to toy around with it and see what kind of poses I can get her in to eventually stand up just a bit higher. It's going to take some work, but I think it's something we can do. Alright, so now let's go ahead and get the Night Countess up onto the turntable, and we will give you some final thoughts.
The Transformers will return after these messages.
Crossfire Collectibles.
Hey, this is Jessica DiGiovanni and Windblade, and you're watching Crossfire Collectibles.
Hi, this is Michael Bell. You're watching Crossfire Collectibles, and knowing is half the battle. Yo, Joe.
We now return to the Transformers.
All right, so here you have it, the APC Toys Night Countess. This is their Transformers Prime version of Black Arachnid. Very, very cool figure. I love the upgrade. You know, since we had the original Hasbro version, this simply blows it out the park. The articulation is nice. All the movements and angling, they really work out. The addition of these arachnid legs, they're cool. The hinges aren't the greatest, but they do work. I kind of set her in this crazy like attacking pose. It works for now. You get the addition of those 3 extra ones, which can plug into the back when you put her in her helicopter mode. Not the biggest fan of that. A bit small for the type, but it looks good. However, the figure itself, it just looks amazing. Those colors really pop. The nice glossy paint or plastic itself. You have the black and purple, the accents of those pinks in there, the metallics of the silvers and golds. Really makes the figure look good. I definitely will have a space on this shelf with my, let me bring her back out, my Angel Engine right here, my Transformers Prime regular RC. I like her like this, and I think she's going to look great standing off against Black Arachnid. So some really cool figures. I'm really digging the APC Toys. They haven't brought out too much, not enough of the Prime figures that they originally did, but they're really great. Due to the tariffs, unfortunately, some of these prices are going up even higher than they were, so I'm not sure I'll be able to get some soon, at least until those are lowered or taken away altogether, but who knows, only time will tell. But great figure. If you're interested and you are a Transformers Prime fan, I would definitely recommend it. If not, you know, it's another bot for the collection, and it's always fun to have. But anyways, that's going to do it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed what you saw. If you did, please, like always, leave that giant thumbs up, subscribe, tickle that bell so you're notified when I post future videos. Be sure to follow us on social media. And until then, we will see you in the next one. Peace.